then Ronaldo! Balotelli, Aguero! It's Bergkamp. That's magnificent. Here's Messi. Away from 2, 3, 4. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
The Football Drop Podcast.
Hello and welcome to a very, very special of the Football Drop Podcast. It is Ben and I, just Ben and just I.
It is. I don't know why it's special, but yes, we're back as a double act.
Yeah, because it's us two, isn't it? Like, I want to publicly thank Ali for everything that he's
massive.
done over the course of the last 12 years that he's been here. It feels like probably for him more than us. But yeah, we're back. And
We're back.
we've just noticed that my Fiorentina t-shirt is very different to your Fiorentina t-shirt. So I feel like we need to see it in all its glory. So show us.
Oh no, it's really tight as well, man. So we've got Mario on mine. I'm not really sure why Mario's there. So yeah, we've got Nintendo and Mario, and then what's yours? Yours doesn't have Nintendo. Yours has got Nintendo. It doesn't have Mario on it. Doesn't have gold on it.
And then you've got like a little badge in the middle, and it doesn't have that.
Yeah. No. That's it's really weird. I don't understand why. Considering I bought them from the same place at the same time, and it was the same thing. I literally just thought, do I get one or two? I'm going to get two, and they turned up at the exact same time.
Yeah. You know.
So yeah, I'm not really sure how that's worked out, but yeah. So there we go.
But I think your one looks absolutely banging. So well done for wearing it today, Ben.
Thank you, mate. I appreciate it. Well, I saw you wearing your lovely Olympiacos one, and I thought, do you know what? I haven't worn a shirt on the pod for ages.
Yeah.
So I'll bang out the football shirts again now.
You've been all jumpers and fingers and thumbs, haven't you?
Yes. Fingers and thumbs especially. Fingers and thumbs especially. What the fuck? Is that a phrase? Have you just made that up like Rome was built overnight?
All fingers and thumbs. I don't know. Is that what you're saying?
I've never heard it.
All
It could be an old person thing though that you've picked up.
That's what I got it.
Yeah. Life experience.
Yeah. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm okay, mate. I'm doing all right. Back in the office this week. Well, will be. Not now, obviously, as you can tell. But yeah, we'll be back on my favourite trains. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
What about you?
You've got a little train update, haven't you? Go and tell us about your train that you was on the other day.
Mate, I was on the new train, wasn't I? I sent you a message because I know how much you love trains and you love the updates.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was on the new one. I saw Ramesh on Thursday.
Yes, how was it?
Oh my God, mate, he was hilarious. And this sounds really sad, but some of the jokes he was saying and talking about, he's a friend of mine did this, blah, blah, blah. I'm sitting there like, yeah, that's Tom Davis. I heard that weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I heard that on Wolf and Owl. So I genuinely felt like I was one of his friends just watching him perform. I feel like I almost stalk him, the amount that we listen to him and watch him on every TV series, because he's on obviously like 104 different programs. I feel like he's one of our friends. Yeah. I'd love to get him on the podcast.
It would be amazing just to talk about Arsenal with another Arsenal fan. You know, that's what we need on this podcast is more Arsenal content.
Yeah. I know. I mean, look at the stuff that we had from Kill a few weeks ago. It was bloody brilliant. We was like kids in the playground. It's like, oh my God, we get to talk about everything about Arsenal. Oh my God, he's met this person. Oh my God, he's met that person. Did you see Granit Xhaka's shout out for Akil's little one?
Yeah, that was insane.
I couldn't believe. I was like, what? I was like, we need to message him. Like, can you get him to do a shout out for FTP? We'll just literally play that every single episode. Hi guys, Granit here. Listen to the legends on FTP.
Yeah, that's better content than we've ever put out. So yeah, let's do it.
We don't need to record it anymore. We just play that every week.
I'm sure the listeners are like, thank fuck. Sorry.
But yeah, no. But yeah, other than that, I'm all good, mate. How are you? Sorry, off on a tangent massively.
No, I'm all good. No, I just wanted, the only thing I wanted to add on to it was that, did you not hold up the train so that you could take a picture of the train and send it to me?
No, not necessarily hold up, just maybe for a second or two. It wasn't like proper holding up. Like, I clicked the doors. I was like, I better take a picture of Will quickly. So I took a picture of you.
I love that was your thought process. Shit, I'm on a train.
Yeah.
I haven't sent a picture to Will. I must do that immediately.
Well, it was a new train. I know how much you loved the new train. When we came back from London that time, you was like, "Oh my god, it's on the new one."
Yeah, no, that was the other way, mate. That was definitely you that was getting an erection over
No,
that
I
train.
don't think so. No, I don't think so. Doesn't sound like me.
No, of
Not me
course
at
not.
all.
No. How's your
No.
weekend, though, mate?
What did I do the weekend? Yeah, it was all right. I fixed my garage roof and the conservatory roof.
All right.
Recovered
okay.
it in bitumen.
Not the
Then,
conservatory, I hope.
yeah.
Have you?
Well, it's a flat. It's a roof with felt on it with
Okay.
joints.
All right. So it's not a proper conservatory.
No,
Glass
it's
roof.
no. You can imagine just cover it in bitumen. It's really dark in there now. It's well strange. At night though, it's proper lovely. No, so sorted all that on Saturday, and then went out for breakfast with my dad. 'Cause he's gone on holiday now for a couple of weeks to the Maldives.
Oh yeah. Watch out,
Jammy
Maldives.
bastard. Oh God, here we go. He does listen to these.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm just saying, watch out. He's, Ben's dad's about, as the saying goes.
Such a knob. And then yesterday, just went to Tesco, did our food shop. Nothing too exciting. What about you? Oh, so you watched the game on Sunday, of course.
The game on Sunday.
Carabao
Oh, the Carabao Cup final, the Mickey Mouse Cup final.
Carabao energy drink cup.
I saw somebody actually drinking a Carabao energy drink the other day, and I thought that is
Oh,
the
really?
first time I have ever seen one in my entire existence.
Yeah, I can't recall actually ever seeing one in the shop either.
No, it's
Oh, weird.
absolutely incredible scenes. I thought.
How was your
something like
weekend,
had been
though?
made here. Yeah, good question. Very good question. That's a strong start. Well done. It was all right, mate. It was all right. Yeah, went out for a meal Friday night.
Oh yeah, where'd you go?
Sri Lankan meal.
Did you have to book in advance for that?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
quite a popular one. But they actually gave me the wrong time because they had a party starting at, we thought was 8, but at 7 o'clock, about 1,000 people entered this little tiny restaurant.
Oh.
And we felt like we needed to leave, so we left quite quickly. And then we had a film at 8, and we got there at 1:45. So we had because obviously you get like half an hour worth of fucking adverts. So we had 45 minutes of talking to each other, which I was all right with. I'm not sure Selge was.
Selge probably didn't get a word in, did she?
She was like, fuck's sake, why do I come out with you?
What film did you watch?
One Love, Bob Marley. Very good.
Okay. Any good?
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I feel like I learned quite a bit about Bob Marley,
That's interesting, isn't it? A film about Bob Marley. You learnt a bit about Bob Marley.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about Bob Marley until I watched the Bob Marley film, and now I feel like I know quite a bit about Bob Marley.
Amazing. I've got a question for you.
With Jamming.
If there was a film about you, who would you want to play? Who would you want to play you?
Oh, that is a good question. I reckon I'd quite like Ramesh to play me.
Ramesh. Yeah, you look very similar.
Yeah. I actually thought about you the other day because I reckon Tamer Hassan would be perfect to play you.
Who?
Tamer Hassan.
Is that Tamwa from EastEnders?
No.
I thought that's who it was.
No.
Was it Tamer Hussain?
Hassan. Yeah, he's from Football Factory.
Tamer Hussain. Oh, I can see that weirdly, yeah.
Yeah.
Mate, he's well old though. He should be playing you. He's 55, so he's a couple of years younger than you, but other than that.
Good one.
Okay, that's weird. That's a proper left field choice, but I get that.
Yeah, it looks.
I'll take that.
You look quite alike, yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that.
I'll try and put something up on the editing that flashes up on YouTube. Follow us, like and subscribe.
Right. But no, seriously, who do you think is going to play you? Who would play you?
Who would play me? Stephen Merchant.
I can see Michael Fassbender.
Michael Fassbender. What about
Yeah.
the bloke who plays? What's the bloke guy that you always call me when I open my eyes really wide?
Oh my God, Adrian Pimento.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Please get a little snippet of him coming up as well. Do the eyes, and then we get him coming up. Oh, mate. You do genuinely look like him so much. There's so many resemblances. Every time the general and I see him, I'm like, oh my God, it's Will. Although, watching Masked Singer, Laura kept saying, oh, no, it's Will, every time Joel Dommett appeared. And I was like, nah, Joel Dommett's way too cool to be Will.
Oh, mate, I will
Like,
take
it just
Joel
can't
Dommett.
happen.
I'll
Yeah, I
take
bet
Joel
you
Dommett.
would.
Yeah,
I bet
mate.
you would, Sunshine.
Oh, mate, that's made my absolute day hearing that.
Yeah, she genuinely, every single time, I'm like, all right, love, calm down. Christ. Do you fancy Joel Dommett or something? Christ.
What would you do?
Honestly.
If one day she was like, yeah, Joel Dommett's really fit.
I'd be like, Will, you can't come round anymore. We're just virtual friends. We just do a podcast. We can't ever meet up anymore.
Well, that's a bit like now, isn't it? Blimey, I hardly ever see you anymore.
Mate, I saw you 3 days ago.
Yeah, that is true, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
3
true.
days.
That was a good day, actually. I enjoyed that day. Thank you so much for meeting with me. I appreciate it.
Well, I'm sure I saw you the week before as well.
Yeah, you did, yeah. No, to be fair, I
Yeah.
did see you quite a lot.
Yeah, as soon as I can properly drive again and stuff, I'll come round a bit more and see the mansion, see the estate.
Yeah, mate, yeah. Yeah.
Right, honestly, we've been talking so much shit.
Sorry, I was just going to say, like, if I had to
I'll
sort of
continue.
register my house, I reckon it would be rank my house. Sorry, not register. Rank my house like a Reading. It's not like top tier. It's about a Reading.
No.
Yeah.
No chance. No way.
100%. It's Reading.
It's definitely Premier League level.
No.
I think you're like a Bournemouth. Yeah, it's lovely. The area you're not too sure about, it's okay. Oh, hello. We can have a little flash there, are we?
Hold on.
Oh, hello. Look, a little bit more. Oh, we love this. What an
We'll
episode.
just have to edit this bit out, won't we?
No, I need to keep this going, mate. This is good. It's great content. It's easier for the listeners now and the viewers. Don't have to look at both of us. I'll drop mine off the back of the desk in a minute. I'll love it then. No, I think yours would be like a Bournemouth, I think. It's up there. It's getting better.
You're still talking, so it makes it more difficult for me to edit that bit out. Great, thanks.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah, I think Bournemouth.
You think
Area is
Bournemouth?
decent. You know what you're going to get. It's not in the best area generally, but that particular smaller area is good. Performs well. Move on to the news because this is a disaster.
Disaster.
We spoke about your areas like Bournemouth now in a ranking kind of situation. So I don't know if you caught over the weekend though. There was the Bordeaux winger, Albert Ellis. Unfortunately, he's been put into an induced coma after a head clash in their game at the weekend, which is horrible to see, isn't it?
That is insane.
It did look bad. I don't know if you've seen it.
I haven't actually seen it. No.
Nasty clash. Stretched it off within like 5-6 minutes, I think it was. Yeah, it does look bad. So yeah, thoughts go out for them. But the game continued, and Bordeaux actually went on to get the win. Not they dedicated the win to him.
It's mad when they continue the games like that, isn't it?
Yeah, so did they continue the Christian Eriksen game? I think they did, didn't they?
I think they did, yeah, because I think I was going to say it's slightly different, kind of.
No, they played it the next day, I think.
It was a World Cup, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure they played that the next day. Oh, I can't remember. I can't be asked Googling it now. But yeah, it's mad when that happens, though. So it must be hard for all the players to get their head around that.
Yeah. Look, the Lockyer one, Luton, that was postponed, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Our memories are shit.
I can't remember. Yeah, I know. It feels like that was ages ago. It was only back in December.
I know. Yeah, he made his TV appearance, didn't he, last weekend?
Yeah, have you seen the image of the video of him going around with the pacemaker?
What do you mean?
So the Luton pub, Tom, what's his name? There's a video of him, He's obviously back in Luton. He's doing his medical tests and stuff there with his pacemaker in. And you can actually see it on the side, like out from like the sort of outlook with his skin and stuff. He's like, yeah, and you can see the wire actually through his chest still. See, like like when you have. Oh, it sounds so weird. If you put a wire under the carpet, you can see the little indentation.
Yeah.
It's a bit like that under his skin, though. It's really weird to see, but obviously it's good because it's going to save his life if anything does go wrong again.
Yeah, he said that he's going to wait and see what happens with the doctors and what they say before he can make a decision on whether he's going to come back. Hopefully he can. It'll be sad to see that it'd be the end of his career, but yeah,
it's twice in a year though, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
That's
hard to come back from because he is obviously fit to play football, whatever. But there's just that part's holding him back. Everything else he can physically do.
Yeah, I get you.
Must be horrible. Oliver Glasner got his first win. Obviously, we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah, well done for
obviously
bringing it
new
up
Palace manager. No, I'm just thinking in the news it was quite a big thing that new manager comes in and gets his first win in the Prem.
Yeah. I mean Arsenal won as well. Let's just go straight from that.
We're banging in goals though, man.
I just wanted to touch a little bit on Europe.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So we're not doing like the full roundup. We're just going to talk about things in the news section because the roundup, quite frankly, was a bit dull.
Yeah, it was really, really dull. And you used to get the scores wrong.
Yeah. So other than dull, it was not very factual.
Yeah. So Juventus played at the weekend. They won 4. No, they lost 2-1. No. Oh no, they drew 1-0. Yeah, that's it. They played against Lazio. No, Fiorentina. Oh no, it was AC Milan, wasn't it? That's the sort of shit we used to get. Because Ali called us out on that, didn't he?
I keep going, mate. No, have you got any more? No. Oh, yeah. No, we're in the Greek league. Oh no, we don't cover that. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Any more?
Portugal. Where is it based?
South America.
No, go on, take it away. Where are we at with Europe, mate?
So I just wanted to touch on a couple of games as we will do going forward, and then we'll do a bit more of a roundup similar to how we was working the Brazilian league, where we just sort of covered that, didn't we, in a bit more depth. So towards the end of the season, we'll start to cover that. So I saw Real Madrid got a late winner with Modric yesterday, and Barcelona beat Getafe 4-0. Absolute huge victory.
So
which
disappointing,
puts them
isn't it?
in second place. Girona do have a game in hand, but yeah, I thought you wouldn't like that.
Girona have dropped recently as well, haven't they? Last couple of games.
Yeah, the title is Real Madrid, so I don't think we'll do anything big on the La Liga. I think we'll just say Real Madrid, congratulations, well done. But it's still a huge story for Girona. I wonder if they'll be in a similar state to Newcastle this season, where next season they've overachieved and they're sort of back down mid-table, thinking to themselves,
maybe.
Remember when we were second? Do you remember when we was top?
Yeah, could happen. But they'll just sign a couple of Man City players for free because they're all owned by the same group, and they'll probably win it.
Yeah, well, exactly. So that might happen. I was also checking out so Leverkusen 8 points clear at the top of the Bundesliga table. Looks like they're going to win that. Unbeaten, broken the record of most games won in a season. Yeah. Can they go unbeaten the whole way through? They've done the hard work. I don't see why they won't or couldn't. But Harry Kane, now he's not at Tottenham. Harry Kane is unbelievable, isn't
he? He's absolutely insane. But a huge shout to Granit Xhaka. He's not lost as a Leverkusen player.
No, it's insane.
It's mad. I think he's underrated, just his impact as well. He is absolutely critical to the way they play, same as he was for us last season.
Yeah.
To do that, land on your feet straight away in that league, where he's not played in Bundesliga for, what, 8 years?
Yeah, 9 years, something like that.
That's incredible.
Yeah, he's doing a sterling job.
Unlike
So,
Sterling, ironically.
Yeah. Well, we can move on to that if you like. Should we move on to the Carabao Cup?
No, just quickly,
Oh,
I want
okay.
to give a big shout out because we had a team last season that we both love to talk about.
Oh, okay,
It was in the
yeah.
French league. Go on. What team was it?
Brest.
That's it. For any of you guys that are not watching on YouTube, just listening at this point, because Will has done the best thing ever. He's got his cleavage together. It is Brest. Mate, they're second in Ligue 1.
In Ligue 1.
I mean, granted, they're 11 points behind PSG, which we always know PSG are going to win, aren't they? But that's insane. They're going to be in the Champions League next season.
Mate, I can't
Arsenal
wait
versus Brest.
Yeah.
Buzzing. We'll have to go to that.
Arse man.
Arse
Breast man.
Brest.
What are you? Arse.
Arse. Yeah. All day long. But I wouldn't mind if Brest were about.
Ideally together, but if they're separate, fine.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, genuinely, like they're hugely overachieving.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely agree.
It's a Girona story, isn't it? Not quite the same, but similar. Nobody expects them to be up there.
No, well,
But there they are.
Bigger than the Girona story because Girona are owned by the City Group. Brest have just come out of nowhere.
It's like they hit puberty at the right time, haven't they?
Well, exactly. Yeah,
I was proud of that one. Yeah, should we go on to Carabao Cup then? That's probably the big one from the weekend.
Let's do it.
What did you think of the game?
So, huge mention for Keller, the goalkeeper. He was insane throughout the whole game.
Yeah, he turned into Alisson, didn't he, for that one game?
Yeah, it was mental. I thought that Chelsea were the better team
For the most part, yeah, I agree.
large parts of the game, but they also got quite lucky. So I think Casado could have been sent off for the foul and Gravenberch and the stretchered off.
Do you know what? I disagree on that. That was just a challenge. It looks absolutely terrible, but I don't like to back Chelsea up at all, as we know. Me and Ali always obviously bicker a lot. He didn't look at the player, really at all. A lot of that, watched the ball the whole way. And all he did was just put his foot down to turn. Gravenberch, normally 99 times out of 100, the player moves their feet. You see that coming a mile away, but it was just an unfortunate timed challenge, and Gravenberch just paid the price for that.
So I completely agree with you. I don't think it was a red card, but I'm just going by the inconsistency of VAR and referees over the course of the season.
Yeah.
And I think Chelsea probably got away with one because had they have slowed that down and showed that to, I can't remember who was refereeing the game now, showed that to the ref and he looked at it and gone, it slowed down. That looks really bad, so I'm going to send you off.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. That genuinely can happen. You just don't know what we're going to get anymore with VAR.
But yeah, I didn't think it was a red card. I thought the offside for Liverpool's goal was one of those. So I can see it, and I agree, it's probably the right decision. But again, you can see that being the other way, where you're thinking, well, he didn't touch the ball.
Yeah.
He held the player up. Fair, that's why he's offside. He held the player up. But what impact did he have?
Yeah, it's one of those. It's so difficult to argue.
Yeah.
And as you said, inconsistency that could be given either way as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I thought that Chelsea, as well as being the better team in the 90, they certainly did get away with a couple potentially.
Yeah, absolutely. But Liverpool did what Liverpool do. They grind out a result still, and they had a lot of kids playing, especially in extra time.
That was insane.
Had a lot of academy and youngsters playing. and fresh legs, hunger, enthusiasm. They don't care about the big occasion because you don't really necessarily understand it. You just like, oh my God, I'm playing. Here we go. It's that raw hunger and enthusiasm, isn't it?
Yeah. Did you hear what was it Gary Neville?
Yes. He has written that down before the game, and he is absolutely thirsty as fuck to get that out there. That is my interpretation of it. Honestly, it's pathetic.
Oh, pathetic.
Don't get me wrong, it's very accurate, but to me, it was just, oh, I want to make a headline, so I'm going to write this down. This will get people talking. That wasn't an off the cuff moment. Yeah, 1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. I'm not saying he's not right, because he is 100%. You know, they they really are billion pound. What was it? Billion pound
Bottlers.
bottlers. That's it. Bottlers. But yeah, I just thought that was a headline thing. That was it for me.
So this week we don't have the bias of AC coming in and interrupting us and telling us we're chatting shit, putting his hands in his head, all of that sort of
Being
stuff.
dramatic.
He might have put his head in his hands rather than his hands in his head, but we'll just skip past that.
Just digging in.
So
Sorry, go on.
is that a complete failure on Pochettino's behalf? Where does what are you thinking about Chelsea, where they are, where they're going, how they played, considering the money they spent, etc., etc.
That's a tough one. I think for me, they're still on the right track. I think they put in a very good, surprisingly good performance against Liverpool. But Liverpool didn't have a lot of their big players.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit difficult to say. But I think Chelsea still did well. I think they performed well. The players actually played a good game. I think they're still raw. They're still young. They're going to make mistakes. It's those decision making in those key moments. And that's where they switch off. I think other than that, you can't blame Poch for that. He's having a good effect on them. I think he's coaching them well. I think he's getting there. But Poch is a tried and tested loser in England. He's got that Tottenham DNA in him still.
Yeah.
That's going to piss off so many people, isn't it? I've just done a Gary Neville. I was like, yeah, people will listen to that and get annoyed. I'll get a reaction.
Yeah, we'll make sure to clip that one up.
What about you? You sort of smirked as I was talking.
Yeah, I think, I agree with you for the most part. I think Poch, the managers take responsibility. That's it. The responsibility starts and ends with the manager. In terms of the performances on the pitch, what I think Chelsea have struggled with is the outside influences, similar to Man United are experiencing. Even Nottingham Forest, when they brought in 60 odd players and they just didn't gel, they didn't know their first team. I think that's a similar problem to what Poch has got, and he's almost come into a club that spent £1 billion, that spent near £1 billion, and didn't have the players that he wanted. And then he's like, well, I want more money. And they must have been like, are you
absolutely
kidding me? We've just spent a fortune. And he's like, yeah, but I want my team. I want to build it from my players. And I don't know if he's still got that, and whether in the summer he's going to be like, I appreciate I've got a £1 billion team, but actually I want another 400 million to go out and buy a top striker to match Nkunku, to go out and buy a winger and get rid of some of the wingers that haven't necessarily materialised in the way they thought they were. Thank fuck we didn't get Mudryk.
Yeah.
And
Mudryk and Caicedo, 210 million.
Mental.
Trossard and Jorginho, 34.
It's insane. So yeah, I do think that there's a lot that needs to change at Chelsea. I just think the way they play their football is not pretty. It's not attractive. and they're failing big time from where they should be with the money that they spent and the players that they've got. That being said, they are playing better. They do look like they're on that upturn after the squad's gelling. So it'll be interesting to see where it goes. I think if it goes badly, Poch could be out the door in the summer, and they could be like, well, actually, we want to take a different approach and look at a manager who can get us to where we want to be and play the best football like that Chelsea are used to playing. Jose Mourinho is available.
Yeah, I think you're bang on the mark with the fact that it's not Pochettino's team.
Yeah.
You can have, it's like when you do these like all-star 11 teams and stuff like that. You do your fantasy and your dream 11 and stuff. It's never going to work because they don't know how to play together. They don't have a style because they've all got different styles of play. I think Pochettino needs probably 2 years. He's done a year and you can see signs already. Next year, I think they'll be top 6.
Yeah.
Then the year after, he adds a couple of players that fit his mould, his dynamic, and the sort of personality that he kind of wants to breed within his team. Then after that, I think there'll be a completely different squad. He'll be able to sell some of the players and still get most of their money back, I'd imagine, if not more on some of them.
I don't know. I don't think he would. I don't think they could. I don't think they're going to be selling and making a profit out of it because who can they sell to make money from?
Madueke, they'll probably get the same amount because he's still got so long on his contract and he's done okay. Sterling, they won't.
You don't want to sell Madueke because he's a good player.
Yeah, just an example. If you can get some money out of that and get a winger who Pochettino really wants and plays the way Pochettino wants him to play, has that personality that Pochettino wants, then you would. But I think Chelsea have got to stick with a manager. I mean, chopping and changing managers throughout Chelsea's 20-year history has worked out well for them. But it's not the way it's going to go now. I think you need a bit more stability. We spoke about this a couple of times this season and last season. Gary O'Neill was a prime example. They stuck with him and kept him up. Yes, they sacked him at the end of the season, but he kept them up, and that was his primary job.
Yeah. No, yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, I don't think chopping and changing. I think Arteta has shown you. There were times when we'd like, let's just get rid of Arteta, let's just call it day. But we stuck with him, and we're doing really well. I think Chelsea can do very similar. Yeah, interesting.
I think the same could happen at Newcastle as well. Eddie Howe's done a cracking job, but he's under a bit of pressure now because they haven't got a deep squad like Chelsea do. They haven't spent the money that Chelsea have yet. They could still spend more, but they've had a lot of injuries, which Poch has had the same as well. There's no getting away from that, and they're underperforming for what they should be this season. But sticking with him could prove brilliant and a great bit of business in the future.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I completely agree.
I've just got to wait and see. But I think Liverpool deserved that win. For me.
Yeah.
Towards the end, they were just overall they pipped them to the post. They were constantly threat. Every time they went forward, there seemed to be more of a purpose. Whereas Chelsea, yes, they dominated more and more, but there was a few chances that you think, they should have done better with. But I think Liverpool had a bit more purpose when they were attacking.
Yeah, I agree. The Eddie Howe point is an interesting point. Just going back to that, I think that would be interesting to see where Newcastle lie in that sense. But yeah, I think Liverpool. Do you think they can go on and do the quad?
No.
Where do you think they'll fall?
I think Europe. I don't think they'll do it. I think that's probably the easiest one for them to do. I think there's every chance they could win the Prem. Because they go a goal down and then decide they're going to play football and they win 3-4-1 every single time. It's ridiculous. And it's what Man City used to do. Except Man City wouldn't necessarily go 1 down. They'll go 4 up and then they'll concede a goal.
Yeah.
But they'll always win by big margins. And I think that's the difference that will probably keep them up there. I think Europe, he'll probably play weakened teams to focus on the leagues. I think that's the big one for them. If it was Champions League, I think it's a bit different then. He'd probably want to go for that more. But is it Europa League they're in, isn't it?
Yeah.
Europa Conference. Yeah. So I think they'll go for that until the final stages, really.
Yeah, I can't see them not winning I could see them being up there in the final and going for all of those competitions, and obviously being in the Premier League run. So I can see it happening. I could see it happening. They would kick themselves because it's not the proper quadruple.
It's not, but at the same time, it's still a quad.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what. It's still, you've won every competition you've entered. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Also, just a bit of a stat. I don't know if you realised this or saw it yesterday, but Liverpool are officially the most successful team in England now.
Are they?
They've overtaken Man United. They're actually clear of Man United now. So, and they could add another 3 to their tally this season potentially.
And let's be
That's
honest,
nuts, isn't it?
Man United aren't going to enter anymore for the foreseeable future the way they're playing.
No, not for a while. Not for a while.
Should we move on to the Prem whilst we're here?
Yes, mate. Let's do it. Let's do that. So we had a couple of midweek games, didn't we?
We did, mate. We did, yeah. Liverpool, Luton, and Manchester City against Brentford.
Yes. A tight 1-0 win for City during the week.
Yeah, it took a Haaland goal to secure the win. They're going through a bit of a blip at the minute, Manchester City. And the good news for Manchester City fans is they're winning.
They're still winning, yes. Annoyingly, they're still winning. But 2 1-0 wins. Obviously, I know they won obviously at the weekend as well, but 1-0 wins. But they're getting a win, as you said. They're still winning. That's what keeps them in the frame to say you can't rule them out.
Yeah.
No matter what, they'll be pushing Liverpool away. I think Arsenal will still be there. I think we'll falter, unfortunately. But yeah, it's one of those. But yeah, fair play to City. Brentford are in a bit of a disarray at the moment.
Bit of a downward spiral, aren't they?
They are. They're playing tonight as well against West Ham. Who, again, are not in good form.
Who are also in a downward spiral, you know.
Very much downward spirals all round, it seems.
It does seem like that.
But yeah, Liverpool 4-1 against Luton on Wednesday night, actually going a goal down.
I was just going to say, yeah. It's insane, isn't it? That Luton played pretty well. And then Liverpool was just like,
they did look good.
All right, well, we've played around with you now. It's almost like being like fighting against a gladiator or something like that back in the Roman times, where you come out and then they'll like play with you a little bit, and you think, I've got a bit of a chance here, and then bang, beheaded.
You're saying Liverpool are like gladiators?
Yeah.
Okay, right. That's a title name contender, isn't it?
I heard Liverpool yesterday get referred to as the Red Arrows.
What?
Exactly. I was like, what?
Who said that?
TalkSport. I can't remember who it was. I don't know who it was.
I've never heard that in my life.
Me neither. The Red Arrows.
Yeah, okay. That's bizarre.
Yeah.
That's really bizarre.
How bizarre?
Very, very bizarre. As we mentioned earlier, Crystal Palace with a 3-0 win against Burnley.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Burnley down to 10 men as well.
Yeah, would you reckon?
Josh Brownhill.
That was a weird one, wasn't it? Because it was quite soft, but he was the last man.
That's the thing. Last man, it's game over, isn't it? No matter what.
Because I looked at it.
James Trafford is terrible.
Well, I think you could go further and just say Burnley are terrible. Because I mean, I looked at that. I looked at the Brownhill one, and I thought he's hardly touched him. And then I thought, oh yeah, no, he's the last man. So he went off. He's their central midfielder, isn't he? And then just looking at the defence. Yeah, there was that mix-up, wasn't there, between Trafford and I can't remember who it was now, where the ball just went out for a corner. Trafford tried to header it. Like, what the fuck is going on?
No idea. He went to header it, but it was close, but it was too far for a Premier League goalie to misjudge it that badly for me.
It was weird. Like the whole thing, the back pass was too heavy for definite, and then he just like stuck his head out and jumped on the floor, and it's like, what the fuck just happened?
I know. And then it was the clearance for the penalty that was just absolutely dreadful, which Brownhill had to do because of James Trafford. He had to make that challenge.
It was
soft, but he had to make it, I think.
It was insane how bad Burnley were. To be fair, and
yeah, it really was. It really was.
I think Burnley are lucky that Sheffield United are so shit, because you'd be thinking, well, Heckingbottom's lost his job. Should Company? I think they'll stick with him, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but yeah, they need to do something.
Yeah, and I don't think he's going to change the style of play to try and fight.
They can't.
I think they've just got to keep it going. They can't. But I think they're going to, because it worked in the Championship so well. I think they just need that confidence. Can they afford to take a drop down back into Championship to then risk trying to get back up to then have another go in the Prem?
They get those parachute payments, don't they? So I don't think it's too much of an issue for them. They're probably like, do you know what? We're all right for the moolah. So let's look at it again. In the summer, let's go back. Let's regroup. Let's smash the Championship. They need to be careful though, because they could be on Norwich footings if they keep doing that. But I think they are lucky that they're not the worst team in the Premier League.
Yeah, I think they're very fortunate they've got Sheffield United, or there'd be a lot more pressure and a lot more eyes on Burnley, wouldn't there? I think
so, yeah. What have we done? So what's the next game?
Got Villa Forest.
Okay, you're reading from a different list from me, so let's go with Villa Forest. Good 4-2 win. I thought Villa were going to smash that, but Forest actually kind of gave them a game, didn't they? Got it back to 3-2.
Yeah, they've got a bit of fight about them now, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. But Villa looks so good. I mean, that Leon Bailey little nutmeg straight into...
Leon Bailey was unplayable, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He's so rapid. He's finally doing what he was doing at Leverkusen. He's just, he looks absolutely brilliant. Ollie Watkins is right place, right time, every time. They've got a good team.
Do you think he'll get an England team?
Form. I think he won't get starting 11. He'll definitely be in the England team, though, in the squad. You can't put him over Harry Kane.
No.
It's just, you'll be mad to do that. But yeah, massive win. Villa maybe getting back to a bit of form now. Maybe just could kick-start it again to keep him in the sort of hunt for top four.
Doing very well. Yeah, well done, Villa. Unlucky Nottingham Forest, but they put on a good show.
They did. And then a fantastic win for Fulham against Man United.
Yeah, they played
lovely
so well.
2-1. Lovely. Mate, I thought Man United had scraped a draw. And I thought, oh no. Don't want this.
Were all over him for most of the game. They were definitely the better team at Old Trafford as well.
They played like they were the home team, didn't they?
Yeah.
They were fantastic. And they probably should have scored a couple more goals.
Definitely.
The way he'd be with that shot going wide, which was disappointed. You'd expect better from him. But then the finish at the end was kind of makes up for it. You think, fair play. That was good.
Yeah, it certainly did, yeah. No, I thought that was a very enjoyable game. It's always nice to see Man United get beat. And I think that Ten Hag's in a similar state to Poch. He's been there a little bit longer though, isn't he now? Is he 2 years in?
Yeah, that's his second season.
Is it his second season?
Ten Hag, second, yeah.
It's his second, yeah. So, he spent some money. He's got his team.
Yeah, he really has now.
He's identified that Anthony is not the right man for the team.
Anthony, he came on for 30 seconds of that game. It was his birthday.
That's mental.
That's awful, isn't it? Can you imagine that? It's like, oh my God, yes, my birthday, you get to play football. That's game over.
Didn't touch the ball. But yeah, they were without Højlund. I think is probably going to have had a negative impact on them. They were on a bit of a run, weren't they?
Yeah, he scored 5 and 5, I think, up to that point. And they'd won 5 and 5 up to that point, which was, a bit of a roll for Man United, which has been stopped, which is always nice, as you said, to see. So I think Højlund coming back, they're finally getting into into a bit of a sort of way of playing with Hoyland now, it seems.
Yeah.
Always nice. Brighton, Everton, 1-1 draw.
Yeah, bit of a bore draw that, wasn't it?
It was indeed.
A great goal from Braithwaite.
Oh, mate, what a hit.
It's a good hit, wasn't it?
What an
Don't see that from a
banger.
central defender much, do you?
You don't. That's goal of the week for sure, isn't it?
Do you think England call up
No.
for Braithwaite now?
No, it's too soon. You can't throw someone in like that. They've had half a good season.
Yeah.
He's started in probably 10 games this season.
I think he
The
could
rest
be.
he's been reliable.
I think he could be a call up to go with the squad.
Who'd you drop instead?
Well, I don't know if you drop anyone, but you can call him up.
You can't bring an extra player though. You'll have 24 in your squad then. Right, that's
No.
23, mate.
No. But like, there isn't anyone.
You've got to drop a player to add a player.
No. There isn't anyone central defensively that is automatically in that team. I don't think, other than maybe Stones.
I think Maguire will be.
Yeah, no, you're talking about for Gareth Southgate picking. Yes, that he will be, but he probably shouldn't be.
No, but he's the England manager, so he probably has a big say in what squad he brings. So you can't be like, oh yeah, well Gareth Southgate. It's not like, do you know what? What Will at FDP reckons? What squad does he think we should take?
What, he doesn't think that?
Absolutely, I agree. No, I don't think he does, mate. Weirdly enough,
That is insane.
Oh, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
Thanks for breaking that news to me so well.
Sort of shit all over this show.
Yeah. Jesus.
That was a bit of a shock result though, that 1-1. I thought Brighton would run away with that, especially being at home.
Yeah. What did you think of the red card? Gilmore, red carded. Right decision?
I don't know.
Oh.
I'm torn.
What?
When I watched it on Saturday night, I thought, I can see that. Then I watched it this morning, and I was like, it's a bit soft.
Oh, do you think?
Yeah, don't you?
No. No. His foot was too high, wasn't it?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I
okay.
thought it was all right. Just from the movement of it, I thought it was all right.
Okay. Fair enough.
You're just laughing like, Ben, you're talking shit. You don't agree at all, do you?
Gross is a good player, isn't he?
Pascal Gross.
Mate, he's actually insane. Good header from Dunk as well, right at the last knock-ins. That'll do.
Pascal Milner.
That was Pascal Milner.
He's just like Milner, isn't he? He's everywhere on the pitch constantly. They've got two Milners now, haven't they?
Yeah, true. Everton, not a good result, to let that in. They really needed 3 points.
They did. They've got fight in them still, though. I think they will stay up.
Do you know Man United's goal difference is 0?
That's savage, isn't it?
That's incredible.
That is savage. Just because they've been battered by some teams, and then the rest they just win 1 or 2-0, haven't they?
Yeah. So Manchester City beat Bournemouth annoyingly.
They were lucky.
Very
lucky to get that.
Very lucky. I thought Bournemouth were the better team for quite a large chunk of that game.
Yeah, me too. Solanke was unfortunate not to get that chance.
Yeah.
Kind of fell to it. I think it came to him a bit quicker. I don't think he expected it. But that would have been a bit of an easy tap in.
Yeah.
Can't remember who crossed it in now.
Haaland was a bit jarred off to be taken off, wasn't he?
Yeah, but he's not on form at the moment because of that injury. He's still coming back.
Yeah.
He's not really had many injuries in his career, so it must be really difficult for him to be able to deal with it. But no, just let me play.
Yeah.
He's like, no, because you're going to hurt yourself more. We need to just manage the minutes a little bit. But as you said earlier, they still get a win.
Yeah.
Foden keeps popping up. He's having probably his best season yet.
Does seem to be, doesn't he? Despite not being, I wouldn't put him as the first name down on the sheet, but he does seem to just be consistently performing. Again, he's seen that there's the Euros. She's looking at that call-up, and I think it's deserved.
Well, for Foden, I think he's guaranteed to be in that squad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about that. But it's where does he play? I think that's the hardest part.
Just behind Kane.
But then if Maddison's back and fit, do you have Maddison there? Does he play left? Does he play behind? Does Foden go left? You got Bellingham.
Bellingham starts. Bellingham is the
Exactly.
You just put Bellingham in the middle of the pitch and you say, right, you do what you want. Who do you want around you? And he'll go, Harry Kane, Saka.
I think Foden gets that left wing.
Do you?
I think you have that sort of. I think you have Kane, and then behind him you've got Bellingham in that sort of 8/10 role.
Wherever he wants. Free run.
Yeah, pretty much. And then you've got Saka on the right and Foden on the left cutting in.
Yeah. So who's dropped then?
Rashford.
Oh, it was Rashford, wasn't it? Yeah.
I think we said Rashford or Grealish. Can't remember.
Oh, Grealish.
But Grealish has hardly played this season, has he?
Hardly. Yeah, no, I agree.
Hardly.
And then obviously you've got Calvin Phillips and Declan Rice back there in the middle.
Calvin Phillips, God. And then last game on a Saturday is probably the game that we want to talk about the most. Arsenal 4, Newcastle 1.
It was an incredible first half. That first half was... Newcastle could not catch their breath.
No. I've never seen a team hoof it like that in the Prem.
And it went to an Arsenal player. Like every time they kicked the ball, it went to an Arsenal player. It was like, and we were just so fast, especially the first 20 minutes. It was insane. You're thinking, we must be really knackered. Like I was tired just watching it. I was like, fucking hell, I'm knackered.
Yeah. Just pressed. It was that press. It was so good. Erdegaard and King Kai together, we're just pressing everyone and just ruling out any space. And Ali's going to hate that King Kai. But what a game. What a game he had as well. I know it's only a tap in, but what a finish. Neat little finish in the right place. His movement, we've already said it, haven't we?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Saka scoring again.
Oh, yeah. I just think if Arsenal had a proper striker, how many goals would we be scoring in this season?
Yeah, probably had another 25 goals.
Yeah. It's insane, especially if we get Sir Ivan. The next day's Bergkamp, according to Ben.
I don't think he's quite that. I've never said that in my life, but yeah,
you
definitely all that made up stuff. No, mate, you just talk absolute smack. But yeah, I think we're on some really good form despite a disappointing sucker punch loss against Porto during the week, where we outplayed them for most of the game, did nothing, we didn't even get a shot on target. I don't know what we were doing.
There was a lot of talk about that from Rio or Ferdinand during the commentary of the Newcastle game. Kept referring back to the Porto game, and I thought to myself, well, why do you keep referring to this? It was a completely different game against a completely different team. Arsenal were not on form away from home. I thought at the end of the game, I thought, you know what, 0-0. I'll take a 0-0 away at Porto. It's not what we wanted, but actually you can take that. And then they scored, and you're like, for fuck's sake, that was. So
and to be fair, what a banger of a goal, though.
Yeah, good hit.
The bend and swerve. There's not much really anyone could have done. I think it was one of those goals. Yeah, you could have possibly stopped it further up the pitch before he got the ball and stuff, but. You played 90, 95 minutes at that point. It was in their half. You'd just be like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
it was sad.
It was a shame, but I do think that was should have been left, and there was a lot of talk from, like I say, Ferdinand on, Arsenal against Porto weren't very good. Blah blah blah. How are they going to cut? We showed that we can come back. We've got quite a long way actually. It's a month, isn't it, till we play. Porto for the
something like that.
26th, I think it is.
I think we win it. I think it's a 3-0 win. I'm calling it now.
I hope so. But yeah.
So I looked at the last few games we played against them. We either lose or draw at their place, and then we cane them at home.
Yeah.
Last 4 games I think that we played them has been like that. So fingers crossed we do it.
To the semis. And then when you're in the semis, you're nearly at the final, aren't you?
Nearly, you're at the semi-final, aren't you?
So, you're not too far away, so you might as well just make it to the final. Really, I think if Arsenal really think about it, they should probably win the Champions League. They should think about doing that.
Yeah, that's a great shout. Mikel, if you're listening, take note. Will Salisbury's got the ideas, mate. Get him in. Get him in. And then final game of the weekend, Wolves versus Sheffield United. I was surprised it was only 1-0.
Yeah. To be fair, Sheffield United had their chances as well. McAtee missed a sitter, and somebody else, I can't think who it was, missed another sitter. Yeah, that. And then who was it? Who scored? Sirachi? No.
Sorry, who?
Who was it? Sarabia.
Sarabia. Who the hell is Sirachi?
Sarabia scored, and
Jesus.
then there was a bit of an argument, wasn't there?
What with the Sheffield United players? Do you think that would have been sent off if the ref had seen that? Because that shove looked a little bit. That was in the face.
Yeah,
but the face/neck, wasn't it?
I think it was one of those where it's two teammates. I think because they're teammates, you almost sort of think, "Oh fuck it, let's just let them crack on with it." If he'd have done that to a Wolves player, Chan say, pushed. I think maybe there would have been an intervention. He would have got a red card.
Yeah.
But it was similar to Dyer and Bowyer, wasn't it? Do you remember that? For Newcastle.
I was going to say, it gave off Dyer and Bowyer vibes massively, didn't it?
Yeah.
And it just happened. I think for me, that highlights the pressure on Sheffield United at the moment from everywhere, from all areas.
Is there? There is, yeah, of course, but I'm not sure. I think if I was a Sheffield United player, I'd just be like, look, let's just take this season as it is, try and get a Premier League goal, try and get a Premier League appearance, and then next season, we can try and perform as Norwich quite regularly did during the course of their history.
For God's sake. Mate, you've got to lay off Norwich.
It's true, though.
You've got to lay off them.
I don't think I don't think they'd deny it. I think they'll be like, yeah, no, Wagwan, we'll do it.
Absolutely. I've heard a lot of people in Norwich go, yeah, Wagwan. So yeah, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. But yeah, I mean, Wolves, they get another win under their belt. Still doing very well. Cracking job. See where they end.
Gary O'Neill.
There you go. He's the man. And then, as we said earlier, we've got West Ham Brentford Monday, 8 o'clock, or today, I should say. But obviously, this goes out Wednesday. So you guys will know the score, and we can't tell you.
Yeah, it'd be good if they could let us know, wouldn't it? Then we could put a bet on it.
Yeah. Let's put a bet in the past of what's going on. That'd be good. Great idea.
No, I mean, if they could let us know now, so that we know now, and then we could put a bet on it.
I'll just ask Ivan, see what he's done.
Ooh.
There goes our chance of ever getting Premier League players on our pod.
Yeah.
Anyways, anything else you want to add before we call it a day, mate?
Just how nice it is to have you back and to just have one-on-one time properly with our Ben. We've missed you, and thank you for turning up today and being so excellent.
Cheers, bro. And I listened to you. I've watched Match of the Day. I knew what's going on.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Listeners, thank you for everything. Catch you next week.
Bye.